Hi, this is Isha, Big Brother Boomerang from 410 Line Dancers. This is 410 Line Dancers TV. We got two quick housekeeping items to talk about before we get to Fun Bunch over here. First things first, make sure you come to the Texas Jam June 14, 15, 16, 24. We getting it in, y'all. Line dancing like you ain't never seen at our 10-year anniversary. Second thing, that line dance groove cruise in 25. You need to get on that. I don't know what your problem is if you missed that. 3,000 folk out there, we got the whole boat. Now that we got that taken care of, we got Steve Fun Bunch Dillard in the building, y'all.
Hey, what's up? We got plans for 2024. Boat ride and 25. Yeah. We here the whole time. Steve Fun Bunch Dillard out of Westchester County, New York. 914 in the building. Yes.
Where is Westchester County? That's not New York City. Wait a minute. I thought New York was only New York City.
Now, let me tell you. New York City is comprised of 5 different counties. The county up from the Bronx is Westchester, often called the 6th county, 6th borough, is often called Yonkers. Yonkers is within Westchester County. I'm on the northern side of it, Peekskill, New York, originally from Ossipee.
All right, so you done heard it. He is kind of somewhere near New York City, but not in New York City because...
Too close for my own dang on good when I was young, I tell you that. That just a train ride away, 40 minutes, and we was down to the one train in Washington Heights and everything else that fell apart in 1984. But we're here today.
All right, so tell us how you get the name Fun Bunch.
The name Fun Bunch derived from, first of all, my name is Steve Dillard, but I was born Stephen Bunch. So Fun Bunch, the fun comes from the Vun in Steve. Cut that in half, Steve Vun. So I changed that to Fun. And Bunch is my family name because my mother her maiden name is Bunch. My grandmother's last name is Bunch, family name is Bunch. And like I said, I was born under my mother's maiden name, Bunch. So for most of my life, I was known as Stephen Bunch. Now, after a certain time, I was lucky enough to get my father's last name through the Dillard on, but a lot of people still knew me as Bunch. So I was able to put that all together when we started the Fun Bunch. Record Club is where we started with.
Oh, wow. So you started the Fun Bunch Record Club, and how did you evolve into Fun Bunch Line Dance?
Yeah, the Fun Bunch Record Club, we basically were setting up trips and activities for people that took care of the ill, or should I say caregivers, whether they caregiver families and so forth. We was giving them respite, doing comedy shows, doing trips to casinos and so forth like that. We had a comedian that was working with us, always doing the shows and hosting them, but unfortunately he died. His name was Uncle Jimmy Mack, and he had died with the crash that Tracy Morgan had.
Okay.
After Jimmy Mack died, I lost a lot of my connections with the comedians. So I started doing line dancing with a gentleman inside my area named Earl. He was teaching classes. He wanted somebody to help him promote. I said, hey, no problem. Throw the Fun Bunch name on it and we could do it. So we started doing that. Several years later, after doing his program, which was basically the Wobble and the electric slide and your basic line dances, I started traveling. I went down to Baltimore. I seen what they was doing down there all day long, 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock, line dancing. I was amazed. I said, hey, I want to bring that up in New York. I want to bring it, they don't do that up in New York. Problem is, I just didn't know they did it in New York. They said, what are you talking about? They got the Big Apple Bash happening next week inside Terrytown. Terrytown's only like 20 minutes from where I live, but yet I didn't know that this type of activity was happening. I went down there, fast forward, met Cynthia Dixon, I met Anita Mullins, I met all of the beautiful ladies that's down in that group that set that up. And shout out to Brooklyn Groovers and all the other groups that I met there. But they really embraced me, pulled me in. I said, yo, this works. Started pumping that Fun Bunch stuff. Started adding in my little expertise. My expertise started out when I was 14 years old. I was an MC. I started doing rap records and rap songs and so forth. Of course, at 50 years old, I can't necessarily do that.
I was about to say, can you rap still? Can you still do it?
I still can spit when I feel like spitting, but I can't do it as effectively as I could when I was small. And you know, as an adult, we got to find adult things to do. We're looking for the future and not so much as the past. So I was able to incorporate and bend all of that into my line dance. And now I'm like a rapping instructor of sorts. I make sure that I throw that into my joint. I got like 4 or 5 line dances, all of them representing 914. 914, again, is the area code in Westchester County, which is the borough up from the Bronx. 914, of course. 914 till I die. Out here riding 914. I got 914 signs was one of the first ones that I did. So we got an array of 914 jams, and one of them another one called Fun Bunch Party, and which is like all about a party. And I took an old school jam from one of my somebody I really aspired. I like Jimmy Castor when I was growing up. Loved that bump of the bump. And I went over there to his album, pulled a song out of there called Let's Party Now. So that song was called Line Dance Party. Fun Bunch Party. I'm so happy to be here with 410.
Man, we happy to have you. Now, speaking on being somewhere with 4, tell us about the Wobble on the Hudson. Not 1, but 2, but 3. You got number 3 this time.
We got number 3 happening this time. So, Wobble on the Hudson. It's happening on Peekskill, New York, on the riverfront, right there on the Hudson River. We got a park wide open, nice gazebo. We come out there, people bring their own food, their chairs, and we play music. We dance from 12 o'clock until the sun goes down at 8 o'clock. Previous years, I was doing it with a group that I had founded or helped found called Alicia Wholeness. We was able to do it for the last 2 years and had over 200 or 300 people there. Previously, we had some very good ones. We had Tracy Stiletto Smith. We had Soul Latin line dancers come out and give a demonstration. They're also returning this year, both Tracy and Soul Latin. But we're adding in this year Bernadette Burnett. We're adding in this year Bernard Smith. We got Claudette Morrison coming down from South Carolina. We got a gentleman by the name of Steve Kavanaugh coming out of Boston area. Steve comes down and is going to bring some country flavor. Claudette is going to bring some country flavor. And that's another thing that we do at the Wobble in Hudson. We kind of like blend it up, make sure that everybody in the whole community could come and enjoy it. So we're going to have a little bit of that country in there. And I got a country dance that I just created too called Barns Wide Open 914. It's going to be on YouTube very soon. You probably can check it right now. I'll probably beat them to the edit. But yeah, check that one out. Barns Wide Open 914. That's a country one that I'm throwing in.
All right, now tell us about this camera. I see this camera here that you shoot with. Yeah. Are you a photographer? Because that's not the average everyday point and click right there.
Let me tell you, since I was in 8th grade, I always had video, always been doing some video media of some sort, and camera work is another thing that I love to do. And I love to carry a camera with me when I'm inside line dancing, because when I don't know the dances, I still got something I can do. I don't have to just sit up against the wall. Now I can take pictures of people. I can get to meet and know people through my camera. And it also, sometimes I'm a nervous type of person, so it helps me break those barriers, break that ice when I get into the room, So I love that camera work.
All right, we've been talking to Steve Fun Bunch Dillard. Y'all better get to that Wobble on the Hudson if y'all up in that New York area.
Wobble on the Hudson. Make sure you check me out, Fun Bunch Line Dance on Facebook. You should be able to see. I'll have it pinned up on top. Make sure you check it out. Wobble on the Hudson.
Check it out, y'all. This is Isha, Big Brother Boomerang. This is 410 TV. We out, y'all.
Holla, holla. Thank you, God.
Thank you, man.
I gotta get to you.
Man, I used to rap too, man. and we both photographers.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I like
Thank